Okay, this is evaluating a function. As you see, it's got parts A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Little bit long of a problem. Some of it is not that difficult, and you should be able to get it pretty easily. Other parts might be a little bit more trying. For A, you want to replace the x in the function with 0 and evaluate it. Of course, 0, everything disappears that has an x in it, so you're just left with -3. For B, f of -2, you plug in the 2 for the x, each location. 2 squared is 4, and 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8 minus 3. So 12 plus 8 is 20 minus 3 is 17. And I've gone through the steps over here. The next one you plug in a -2. -2 squared is 4, and 3 times 4 is still 12. 4 times -2 becomes a -8 minus 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1. You found the value of f of -2. Now those so far were just numbers. Now we're going to get into variables and various things. The first one, D, that has a variable is you're plugging in -x. So you're replacing positive x with negative x, and let's see what happens. Well, this negative x becomes positive. Here, it changes the 4x and makes it a -4x minus 3. That's all that happened. Okay, in E, you're trying to make f of x, the entire thing, negative. So you just simply are going to put a negative in front of the function, so it's like distributing a negative all the way through. It becomes a -3x squared, a -4x, and a +3. Okay, now f, you're doing the x plus 1, you're substituting the x plus 1. This is going to be a little bit more trying. We have to square this binomial. Remember, we square the first term, we multiply them together, we get 1x, we double it, we get 2x. We square the last term. So that took care of our squaring or our exponents. Now we want to do multiplication. 3 times x squared, 3 times 2x, and 3 times 1. 4 times x, 4 times 1, and bring down the -3. You've distributed the 3, and then you distributed the 4. Now you want to combine similar terms. 3x squared doesn't have any people similar to him right now, or any terms. 6x and 4x combine to give you 10x. This +3 and that -3 are going to cancel, so the only constant that would be left would be 4. Okay, G. Another one using a variable, we square the 4x first, we get 16x squared. Takes care of your powers. Now, you want to do your multiplication, and 3 times 16 is 48, so 3 times 16x squared, 48x squared. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down the -3. There's really no simplification of terms. All the terms turned out differently. In H, you want to substitute x plus h for x. So every occurrence of x is going to change to x plus h. Just like we did in F, we squared the binomial first. We're going to square this binomial here first. We square the first term. We multiply them together. xh, we double it, 2xh. We square the last term, h squared. Now take care of your multiplication. So when you multiply by 3, this is really the distributive property. 3 times x squared, 3x squared. 3 times 2x, 6xh. 3 times h squared, 3h squared. 4 times x, 4x. 4 times h, 4h. And then you bring down the -3. And as you'll notice, even though there are a lot of terms that have x's and h's in them, none of them are exactly the same. So you have completed this problem.